What's up everyone? I'm on the beach. I've been feeling proper rough the last few days. Proper rough. And today, sort of about midday, I started to feel a little bit better. So, yeah, I'm out. I'm fishing. Let's go. Where am I fishing? You might recognise, if I can get it in there. There it is. You might recognise that. You might recognise that. If you do, well done. We're at Brighton, one of my favourite places. Never really fished this stretch. As you know, I normally go the other end. Never done this stretch, so it's got to be worth a punt, isn't it? It's got to be. God, exhausted. I shouldn't really be out, but hey. I'll get a little knock on there. Knock on the squid, you know what that is. Tiny little knock too. That's going to be a whiting. Leave it out there for a conger, we know that one. Anyway, so I'm down here, if you ain't guessed, in search of a conger. There's still the odd undulate coming up. I spoke to Vince, he's normally pretty good at that sort of thing. I'm actually getting a bite on the massive chunk of mackerel I got out. 6 hooks. Something's trying to get in its gob. But it's not a bad thing. Big baits attract loads of little fish, cause some commotion, and bring the big ones in. And if you're lucky enough to hook on a little fish on a 6070, then you've got a perfect live bait. Because 9 times out of 10, the hook point's showing out the top of their face. Gusty. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, we got one rod out with a pulley pennel, 6.0, 6.0 circle on the top and a 7.0J on the bottom. I don't know what brand the J is, it's just one that I had in the box. It's probably going to be a mustard. And on the other one, we have got a pulley drop down with 3.0 circle, 3.0 octopus. 3.0 circle on the top, of course. This is me. I'm going to turn this camera around so you're not staring at my ugly mug. I'm walking around like Harry Potter with my torch. But yeah, I'll turn this camera around quick. Turn around. Right, so, like I was saying, that's the rig setup. Rods, exactly the same as last time. I've got a right thing for these two at the minute. The Sport does it all. So, that's got the big bait on it, 7 ounce. Mackerel head and guts. And the T800 has got the squid on. So, baits. So I've got mackerel, I've got squid, I've got a few blacks, I've got some sand eel, I've got some bluey. Yeah, that's what I've got. At least I think that's all I've got. Yeah, that is. I'm not with it. I'm not with it, boys and girls. Although I'm a little bit sceptical because there's a couple of boys out there. I hope that's not netted right across. Fishing the tide down just because I was too lazy to get my fat ass from work and straight out. I sort of monged out a little bit. Did want to do a couple of hours of the up, but hey, we're here now. We'll fish the down. I tend to do quite well on the down at Brighton anyway, so I'm not that fussed. Can't see any weed laying around on the beach. Can't see any weed in the water. I'll take it down. I mean, I don't know what you're going to see on the camera, but I'm on my way down there now, so you're going to have a look. Nice bit of colour in the water. I've got to remember I ain't got my waders on. Sometimes I get a little bit too happy and forget. Yeah, nice little bit of colour in the water. It's nice and calm. Not exactly perfect conger conditions, but we've had some big blows, so I can't see why not. It's the perfect time of year. It's just getting that nippy stage. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think I'd like to have dinner up there. One, because I'll be staring over the sea thinking, why not fishing? But two, that's a long way up. That's coming from someone that works on mute. The old upside down house. I couldn't imagine being pissed up in the high street and walking along there thinking, what's going on? Yeah. Now I'm just rambling on. I'll try and get a couple of decent nope, I'll start that again. I'll try and get a couple of decent baited up videos this time. I've got Steffi's tripod. She's a gem. Because I broke mine. But we had exactly the same tripod, so yeah. Oh yeah, Mama Moon, mother-in-law, bought me a new set of scales because I broke mine. Trying to be He-Man, pulled them and snapped them because I'm a bit of a simpleton like that. Got my big flotation jacket with me because it's meant to be hitting 0 tonight. Lovely. Bit of cold, don't hurt no one. Let's hope we get something decent tonight. Something to start off with would be nice. Don't go racing. Oh, pardon me. Don't go racing ahead. There's got to be something out there. Although that looks like a trawler out there. How well does this phone zoom? Not well enough for you to see. Yeah. No clouds. Mr. Moon. It's going to be a cold one. Oh, anyway. Still keep looking up. Anyway, guys, I'll bring you back when I haul in Shamu the killer eel. Hopefully. We can try. Right, bring it back. Well, knock, knock, knock. What did I say? Whiting. No, wrong. That's it all. Dogfish. Quite a feisty dogfish. Looked on the circle, but he had both in his gob. Luckily, he didn't. He's waving at you. Come on, guys. Lovely. Throw it up, as dogfish do, and that is definitely, most definitely, a dogfish. Yeah. Hopefully it ain't going to be a night of them, and that would explain what's attacking that mackerel. But it's not a blank. As much as 9 times out of 10 I don't class these as a blank. I've got to stop saying that because there's people. To all you guys out there that are new to fishing, go catch them, enjoy them. They are fun. They are fun, just be very careful. I say it on most of my videos. The skin on these, very rough to run down. You can hear it. Up, smooth. What they tend to do is give you burn. Best way to hold them, if this one will let me because he's quite feisty, hold the towel, pinch the head. There's a bit of blood there, sorry guys if you're squeamish, but yeah, that way you can't wrap around you. Me, I don't listen to my own advice and burn myself all the time because I'm a bit special. So yeah, let's get this fella back. Yeah. Powerhouse of a towel, although they don't fight. You would think they would with a towel like that, wouldn't you? Yeah. Let's get this fella back then and get another bait out there. I might mix it up a bit, do a bit of a cocktail. Who knows? I'll have a think. Now he's biting me arm. Come on, mate, let go. Nice. Right, let's go get him back. I said I'll bring you back. Do a little bait up. So I've decided to go with squid and a bit of mackerel. So what I've done, get my hooks ready. So what I've done is I've sliced, hopefully you can see this, sliced down the mackerel. So I've taken a fillet off of one side and that's now out on the big rod. But then what I'd normally do is run down that backbone, just down there, straight the way through, like that. Take a chunk out. Just a nice square little chunk. And then I'd get a squid and match it up the same sort of way. Now this bit here is a chunk that I've cut and the mackerel's still frozen. There's a nice bit of gut there, nice bit juice. So what I normally do, I'm not saying this is right, I'm not saying this is wrong, just saying what I normally do, and hopefully it'll help one of you guys out. Put that squid on the baiting needle, so you got it like that, and then what I normally do is just pinch top of that squid through, and then that should lay alongside it like this. You can see where this is going. Keeps it nice and straight, so you're not getting, would help if I actually had the cotton in my hand, wouldn't it? So you're not getting wobbly, spinny baits. So start with a couple of wraps at the top and then just work your way down. Nice and tight. Nice and tight. All them guts spilling out the bottom. Lovely. I mean, it's not going to be the neatest bait up video you've ever seen. I've seen people make pristine, perfect baits, but in my eyes, do you think they find them out there perfectly straight and perfectly? No. Do you think they do you reckon they find squid and mackerel wraps out there, or even together? Very unlikely. As you can see, I like to use plenty of cotton. There you go. Nice squid and mackerel wrap. So the mackerel's just squeezing through that side and the squid's holding that side all together. Then get my bottom hook. As you can see, there's a nice big tag in on that. That just helps anchor the hook square. So you notice how it comes 90 degrees to the way the hook is. What you do, well, what I do, I'm not saying what you should do, I'm just showing you. Get your hook, pinch it through the bottom and out, hold it down with your thumb, with your finger, whatever way you want to look at it. Make sure that hook point's proud and just start whipping. Now that tag end I like to bring back down on itself towards the shank, and just pay a lot of attention to each side of that eye, because that's what's going to really anchor that hook and stop it from twisting. And if it does twist, as so you go over, round the back of the hook, and then back on itself. I don't know how well I'm explaining that. So you come over and round. See, I'm pulling this way, and then you start wrapping the other way. So then you can do the same again. Over, round, start whipping again. Now that feels cockhanded to me, so I'm going to go back that way. Now, that's pretty well in there. Anyway, keep whipping up the eye, up the line, till you get to the top. There you go. Now you can do an overhand knot in there. I don't bother, I just snap it off. It ain't going anywhere, it's pulled nice and tight. It's elastic. There you get your pennel. Bring your panel down. Oh, I'm sitting on my leg and it's going dead. Oh, pins and needles. Lovely. Right. So what I like to do, because it's a circle, I only go around twice. Nick it through the top of the bait. See, I like to try and find a bit of squid to kick it through. Pull that line nice and tight by holding your circle and pulling towards the bottom hook. So then you're making sure it's nice and tight. And there's your two hooks presented nicely in a bait. Nice and easy, nice and streamlined, nice and straight. Yeah, like I said, there's people out there who will do a lot better job than I will. But, do I catch fish? Yes. And does it work for me? Yes. So, all I can do, if you take little bits from it, fair play to you. If you think, oh, that's crap, and go and watch someone else's video and you find it's better for you, go for it. Like I said, I'm not teaching you right and wrong here, I'm teaching you what I do. Or showing you. Teaching's the wrong word. So, let's oh, I'm back. Wow, that line's shocking, isn't it? I did have a nice dive on that. I literally had a mackerel head out for about an hour. I had a nice, and then nothing. Come back in and the hooks have all turned up, and so now I've gone out with fillet. On the baiting needle, exactly the same. But what I've done with the fillet is I've sliced down the skin and folded it back on itself. So all the flesh is on the outside. Get as much scent out as possible. Yeah, I'm going to stop talking and get this rod out. See if we can get into something. Bring it back. Well, it's becoming a bit slow. I had a bite in ages. I mean, that doggy come on whole squid, but I don't really want to go targeting them. Generally thought it was going to be a good session tonight as well, especially with that cold snap coming in. I mean, if worse comes to worse, I've got 10, 15 blacks in there. I'll put a scratching rig out and see what we can have. Would like some sort of conger, even if it was a strap. There's still time, and I'm going to fish on and champ through. Whether I succeed or not, it's a bit of a mental health break, isn't it? To me, this is the only place my head stops. I don't talk about it a lot. Day-to-day life, work, my head runs a million miles an hour, telling me things that ain't gonna happen. It tells me everything that could possibly go wrong. But being on the beach with my 2 rods, wherever I'm on my own or with friends, it's a good break. So whether the fish want to play ball or not, I'm chilling. It's good to talk about everything sometimes, guys. Yeah, anyway, back to the fishing. So I've tried squid, sand eel. The only thing I haven't tried yet is bluey, but the bluey that I got isn't the best condition. Now I know congers don't give a rat's what it is. Normally the stinkier the better. So I think that might be the next try. There's Mr. Fox down there. Yeah, what? Coming near my bait, sunshine. Yeah. I'll do that this way. I mean, one's got the power and the T800's got the finesse. Do every little knock and bang on the way. But what I like, you guys might not get along with. Very slow. Very slow. Tell you what I have got. Wait 1 minute. I've got some sandwiches. Thanks to old Mummy Moo. Corned beef. Well, I'm sure you don't want to sit there watching me eat a sandwich. Probably tuned in to see some fish. I ain't going to promise that, but I'm out here trying. Come on, give me credit for trying. It is like 1 degree right now. I'm refusing to put that coat on until I'm freezing. My hands are cold. But there's still time, there's still hope. Right guys. swallow my sandwich first. I'll bring you back. Right, so just lost a set of gear. I did cast quite close to where all the rubble is of the pier, the old pier. I thought, I'll try and tuck up next to it to see if anything will come out, but turns out I was probably right on top of it. Hey, anyway, living then. So went at the leader, as it always bloody does, and to be fair, that was a conger rig, so I had £100 all the way through. So I had £100 rig body, £100 snood with silicon tubing, just to try and stop that abrasion on the line. But yeah, such as we all lose gear. As much as I hate leaving gear out there, and it's not the best thing in the world, it happens, and there's nothing you can do about it. So I just thought, I've never actually done this on camera, and you know, sod's law, because I'm doing it on camera, it's going to go wrong. But hey, I'm here. Right, so my shock leader knots are a bit of too mixy matchy. I'm not quite sure what the knot's called, but it's sort of 2 in 1 really. So you got your main line. What I do is I get about 2 foot, double it over. There's the end. Here comes the end. And then what I'll do is form a loop in the line, pinch it between my finger and thumb, and then I'll go through that 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just start to pull it, you see it all twisting and pulling down nice. He says as he gets a loop in the end of it. That's it. And just before it starts to pinch, give it a bit of moisture, and then just cinch it down, pull in nice and tight. You end up with a tiny little knot like that, nice and tight. So then what you end up with is a big loop. So effectively, when I tie my knot, effectively where the knot is on the leader, you've now doubled your strength, in theory, which is quite good, because if you're using rotten bottoms and things like that, yeah, you're meant to use weaker line than your main line. You don't always have that, and just tie knots. This guy on his quad keeps going up and down. It must be Coast Guard or something. So yeah. Anyway, so you end up with a loop. Then you get your leader. I always use, and I love it to bits, ASSO Ultraflex. Always go for £80. Always. I never know what size lead I'm going to be using. 6, 7, 8. That covers me right up to 8. So we're golden there. I mean, the tournament boys will use hundreds and things like that, but I ain't no tournament caster. I can hit a lead, don't get me wrong, but I ain't no tournament caster. So yeah, get your leader, just do an overhand knot. So you end up just a little basic overhand knot. Doesn't have to be anything too fancy there. Now I like to keep the knot, the loop down. It's just something I've always done. So then what you do is you grab your loop that you've just made in your main line. I always go through the back I know to you that looks like the front, but through the back. Now the key to this knot, to making this knot work properly, is making sure that both your ends are even as they come through, because you don't want, see, this one's slightly bigger. You don't want, because otherwise you're going to have more tension on one bit of line, which is kind of defeating the whole purpose of the knot. So then what I'll do is I'll come through the back and I'll go 5 times round. 3, 4, 5. 5. Then you go back through the back. Yeah? Now you can go ahead and pull your shock leader down a little bit tighter. Now I just find this helps. Let me get that out of my mouth. I just find this helps with this next step, stops it sliding over. Right, so you've got your tag end here that's come through the back. And what you do is you go round 5 times. Round both sets of line, so you've got your main line and your shock leader all twisted there. 1, 2. It does get tricky on the beach. 3, 4, 5. Right, so I've got that loop on my finger, so I have always done it. And what you do is you evenly pull the main line and that loop down does get tricky on the beach. Cinch it down. Pull in both ends nice and tight. What you end up with, don't forget before you pull it tight, always moisten it. What you end up with where can you see that? Nice little knot, and then your double knot. I like to give that a couple of good tugs. You're going to be putting a lot of strain on that, just don't be scared to pull it. And you just get your trusty old scissors and trim that tag ends. And that is my leader knot. Simple as that. Then what I'll do, depends what I'm fishing for really. If I'm fishing for bigger stuff, like your rays and your congers and things like that, then I will run twice the rod length plus 4 turns around the reel, like for 4 cranks. It just gives you that little bit more security when you get something big in the surf, that you can get the leader on the reel and know you're not putting a lot of strain on your main line. You'll be on the £80 leader rather than on your main line. If I'm just fishing for place, obviously the short, that's wrong, but right at the same time. So the shorter the leader, as long as it's round your reel 4 times, the length of your rod and your drop, your casting drop, then you're perfectly fine. And that's the sort of thing that I do for place. Even in the summer months, sometimes I'll use tapered leader just to help get that tiny little bit more distance. I mean, place don't fight hard, do they? It's not like you're hauling arse. So that's my general. Big fish, longer leaders. Fishing off of rock marks, definitely longer leaders. Just, it gives you that little bit more to play with. So yeah, that's my leader knot. I'm gonna go ahead and get that on the reel, and then I like to use the fast links. The old breakaway fast links on the end. I used to use the old like lead clips, but I had 3 or 4 rigs jump out of them and I gave up on them. So oh yeah, it's like my ghetto strap to keep my shoulders up. That works. So yeah, I'm going to get that done. Probably going to have to make another rig because I only made 1 conger rig. So yep, fun and games. So yeah, right, I'll bring you back, guys. As you can see, back in the van, well, nothing other than that dogfish. Nothing. I am thinking I definitely fished it at the wrong state of tide. 100%. You could see the rollers to my right getting further and further out. So it's getting shallower and shallower. So what can I do? I'll give it a go. Bit of a break. Just chill out on my own. Nice. But yeah, that's fishing at the end of the day. I'd be lying if I said I didn't get disheartened by it. But that is fishing, and I've got to realise that. And so, if you guys that are new to it, you're not going to catch every time. So, yeah. Anyway, cheers for watching. If you've liked what you've seen, give us a like and a subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. See you in a bit.